I've always written what I felt, regardless of where it came from and whether or not it's real. But I've never ever written what I've been through. Maybe it's because of what I was doing and how beautiful I felt I was. I am a strong, beautiful, loving human being. And before and after, and during my many, many moments of finding out who I am, maybe I only understand it in words, I can't seem to realize enough to stand in the strength of my human star. Though I am a superstar, I am a beautiful human being looking up at the stars. The sweat pouring down my back isn't helping at all in the summer heat. I feel like a slug under a pound of sea salt. You ever look for clarity in the middle of a headache? Well, I think that's what I'm trying to do, but I can't seem to get past the headache. My stomach is nice and filled, sipping on a little tea, feeling the good grace of the afternoon. I could just take a bite out of the air right now. I could just take a bite out of an arm right now, or even a leg. I could chomp on some hide right now without a care in the world. That's how good I feel. Oh yeah, I feel like a wolf I feel like a wolf among sheep. Even in the quietness, I can still hear the shouting of my past, the crying. I never knew why I cried so much. It must have been a mistake, because no one ever panned out to be truly worth all those tears. None of the rivers, none of the streams or lakes. They all seemed way too overcrowded already. Maybe that's why I cried, because I was so full, and I had no means of release. I think I know now what I should have known. I know now that when the words sway like the loose ocean and I can't seem to find my pause so that my words snap back into place, I can always take a bite out of it and hurt it enough till it slows down enough to be caught. A great way to enjoy a beautiful, sunny, but awfully humid afternoon is just to take a bite out of it. A little hard work ain't never hurt nobody. There's only aggravation. Aggravation and subliminal messages. The screaming at the base of my skull finally died, and within that missing is chunks of rib and tongue. Floating, misused and guided by the statues of idolization and the remains of a young girl filled with sugar plums and diarrhea has occurred between the streets of crime and never before seen photos. I care for her deeply. I care to find her. I miss her so much. I wish she could hear me. Life has not been kind to her, and she blames me for not thinking fast enough, for not being there hard enough, not pummeling every dirtbag that came her way. It can be a cowardly world filled with aids and fantasies, prophecies about gifted angels and the stains they leave in crime scene panties, pretty faces, plagued with the signals and signs of pusher roaches, sprayed with the touch of a can of Raid. No one looks for her because her eyes are dead, and she smells like the chocolates of blood dungeons. In my sleep, where I daydream, I hold her head. I try to feed her the banishment that I speak of. I try to remind her that all who wander are not lost, and that her mouth isn't just a urinal. I love her so much. I wish she knew how kind and sensitive her friendship is to me, and that because she's been through so much that she opens her arms to hug me before she does anything else, because the strength in her sees the strength in me, and I need her for that. I just wish she could see the sunshine on this side of the mountain. There's a fever here, an itching that can't believe enough in me to rid itself of the wool, a crying heart that believes enough, bleeding from every pore, reaching out but very poorly as it's taken away from me. I stay silent and hushed, still like a winter breeze at the beginning of the minute, the start, till I awaken naked in a prison cell, being sprayed by a fire hose at watering speeds that slice the skin like razors, like sheep after it's robbed. I just run away from my homeland. I run to where no one knows me. I run to a brighter sun on a hotter sand. Oh, I just feel like no one believes in me, and that I'm only nauseous. And if I try to touch that spot once more, I'm going to throw up shit from my bowels through my stomach and out of my mouth. And I'd really hate to talk that kind of shit. But dear mother, I'm cursing again. I'm smelling the piss of sheep. I'm hinting to them that I am more than shepherd, and I am not. I am only two, as they are always four. And even when I crawl, I then see that they are so much faster. But when I pass out from it all, when everything headed my way zips up my nostrils and into my brain cavity, they all hit the same cell, my height, and like a light, I'm out. falling toward the ground faster than a chopped tree that wasn't watching where the flow of traffic was going. I chase money. I chase money with incentive. I benefit from money. When I'm not working, I'm like a freight train from Atlantis. I know my destination. Yes, Lord. Someone opened up a closet. Someone opened up a closet. Someone fed me something to think about, and I'm hungry. I've cheated. I've tasted this just a little bit. So it's tricking me in a way. Nothing to give, no one to work for, no budget, no charity. There is just no chastity belt. Men and women get raped too. It's not just entertainment. Oh, and if God was a man, I'd be happy. I'd have someone to talk to, yeah. If God was someone on this earth, I'd stay ashamed of myself till he found me, till he stayed with me. But nowadays, I'm just a thief, a thought zombie, gnawing on the whizzing of passing folk who pray. I don't mean to steal their thoughts, but I need to grasp onto something. My hair is turning gray. What is my grandma going to do without me? It's hard to obey, you know. I give myself time to get up and run. I give myself enough room to fall down. I give myself bad news. Can someone answer what's left of this lost cause? Nothing. Even the sun crashes upon this page as my head ducks into the shadows. Is it not just a page? I cheat just once and then twice. And before you know it, I call you all kinds of bitches and whores because I was treated the same way. I'm crying so hard I can feel Goliath's fist punching me as if I'm the David. I can't stand this. I'm not pretty enough. I feel like my ass is too far from my face, almost like my sexuality and I aren't as tight as we should be. No wonder I keep smelling chair seats after I get up from them. I keep thinking my ass can drive and stay alive. I am weird. I am the slowest person in the morning. When I have the time, when I'm not in a rush, I and my turtle shall creep at Isha speeds, topping no more than 6 miles per hour. On the open road, a concern of speeding up doesn't really hit because, well, I'm tired and I'm weird. I've had the kind of day that good days are made of. I work the kind of nerve that staying speeds. I work the kind of nerve that stinging souls speak of. I am that kind of love that no one ever thought of. I guess being Isha is just good. Oh yeah, speaking of good times, I forgot to ask how my mom was doing. Hopefully, if I don't screw things up before she comes by later today, we'll figure this crazy thing out. But dear Dr. Feelgood, give me a sign. May you see the wrong with me that's wrong with me before they creep up from behind. May you screen their deeds with potency and detect what's wrong. And may I find with my gorgeous behind a grotesque yes with no rewind. My back, the bend of love, I can see in her mirror, her naked rear end, and girl, me, you, us, kiss me and never let me go. Oh, I'm holding on. In my sleep last night, in my daydreams when I'm awake, or even now, here in the afternoon where I am, I'm most busy, holding on a little tighter today than I did yesterday, and the bend of my hips caught quite strongly. The severity is beyond intense, and I do not stop to let that part sit in. Inside of my mind is a voice, and it sounds so above the pain that I feel like I can do anything. It reminds me of myself when I used to just get over things, knowing that the feeling in my heart is too strong to just forget something like that. I remembered how bad I would just shift through life without looking. Does that mean that I'm going to be blind in the afterlife? I hope not, because heaven is a sight that I would love to see. My bag full of dreams, heavy with mascara, compacts, wallets, car keys, mints, and cell phones. My expensive Coach bag full of dreams is what I should have said. Never mind that. Old battle axe, always ready for that little sister's record deal. Always catching my eye, pulling on my thoughts, waving as I go by, listening to my demos, rummaging through my pain, giving my past a closable closet with a lock and key. Into the curtains I run, pulling them aside, peering out, seeing the dunk, my room closed into the mega cane that is my anal lane. Storm from fire clouds and red thoughts that snapped and obsessed me like a little green autumn slate in the pumpkin rain. I said like a little green autumn slate in the pumpkin rain. The stem of the world is caught, grasping and ripping at the yellow girl. The wind thrashing the colors of our breaths back and forth like a plastic pocket. My there it go. Okay, in mine. Mine and my grandfather's keepsakes. My uncles, my aunts, even my cousins found the time to see what I could not. And I let the time pass me by. I grab at the throats of those who need me, wolves who understand the jaws of being carried. My love, I am so hungry. I think I've said my actions with enough force to have me. Am I not my mother's daughter? I thought it was all true, because I had to look the way you do to be who you were. And I had to look at who you are and hate that I was a girl. Can't you? The sun on both sides of the air. Has not our set become the set of our brother's heir? I lead my thoughts till I believe in them. I catch my rolling forward at all stops, breaking within them. It's what I mean, what I serve, what I say, what Moses used to save the slaves, the staff or the lamb leg. What does it take? The blood of the seal, the blood over the door, the brave. Alas, all my sunny days have gone astray. All my love for you is now yours. All or nothing is everything I do. A chore. Busy is the busiest, the business. Dear God, lead me home. Give me one through my path of none, so that I may find my war zone. May my wandering eyes find peace where I roam. And there's the wolf, a female, I think, standing in the middle of a field, lost in translation or possibly sleepwalking. She isn't hunting. No, she's not trying to hide, though. But there she is, and no one sees her but me. My sheep are a little jumpy. They're not used to anyone but me. Maybe I should go check. They're crying. It's all right. Just stay by the hills. I'll go check it out. Oh, God, I'm nervous. I don't have anything for this animal, not even a fight. Oh, dear God, she sees me. She's looking right at me. Maybe I should stop. No, don't stop, Isha. She's still standing still. She hasn't moved. The sheep cried louder and louder, and the closer I get to the wolf, the louder they cry. It'll be all right, I hope. Finally, the wolf moves, and I stop moving. Now my curiosity feels real foolish. I should have just stayed with the flock. I could have protected them easier. There's no way I can beat this wolf back to my herd by foot. By the time I catch her, she'll be halfway gone with one of my sheep. I'm never used to being nervous. I never get over being scared, but I have to do something. They're mine, and if they lose an ounce of faith in me, then they'll slowly wander off from places where I can't see them. Finally, I snap. Shoo! Shoo! Get away, wolf. We have nothing for you. Shoo! And God must have heard me, because the clouds parted, and the shine of his voice sent the wolf on her way. I still couldn't move. I had to watch to make sure my mind it wasn't playing tricks on me. Finally, she disappeared over the mountain, and I wandered back to my sheep. They stopped crying and they walked over to me, not as sheep, but as protectors. I think that they were checking on me to make sure that I wasn't the wolf. Quiet as kept, even if I was the wolf, wouldn't nobody have known but me and the people of Israel. Well, not really. I hope to God I didn't say that because it just fit the moment. You know, I could have been anything I wanted to be in the entire world, but the entire world got in my way. How messed up is that? Man, if I wasn't a woman, I'd be the best whatever I thought I was on the planet, but bar none, but right? I had these grand plans in my head that started when I was a little girl. I was going to own my own association that helps special needs children. I was going to be the president of that. That dream became some sort of reality. I work with special needs people and senior citizens, but it's just taking them where they got to go. Real smooth, right? Real smooth. Well, that's where I'm stopping at. Oh, I've been reading for about 45 minutes, but I think I did pretty good. But I love reading to you guys. This memoir is about 70 pages long. I think I might have read to you about 15 or 20 pages. But hopefully I can read to you some other time. And thank you. Peace out.